Hello my dear students and viewers. I am Puranjay Biswas, Professor and Chairman, Department of English, Dhaka College, affiliated with the University of Dhaka. I welcome you to my today's lecture on Introduction to Linguistics, course code 308, and my today's topic is linguistics, its branches and subdisciplines. In my last class, I discussed language, its characteristics and branches. And today, I want to discuss linguistics. And there is a great difference between language and linguistics. Language is a mode of communication through which we change our views, emotions and feelings. In fact, it is language that plays a vital role in our interaction. We share our experiences, our feelings through language. But linguistics is a discipline. It's a subject that discusses the form, the organization, the system of language. So, linguistics is a subject. Now, what is linguistics? Before going to the definition, I want to explain the origin of the word linguistics. My dear students, the English word linguistics has derived from Latin root. And what is the Latin root of linguistics? This word has come from two Latin words. The first is lingua. Lingua. Lingua means tongue or space in Latin language. And another word is strix. In Latin, strix means knowledge or science. So etymologically, linguistics means the knowledge of speech or language. In fact, linguistics is the grammar of language. Now, let me give some definitions of linguistics. First, Halliday. According to Halliday, linguistics is the scientific study of language. Halliday has given the shortest but finest definition of linguistics. Another definition is given by Martinet Ander in his book Elements of General Linguistics. In this book, Martinet says that linguistics involves the analysis of language form, language meaning, and language in context. My dear students, according to the Linguistic Society of America, linguistics is a field of science that is about 3,000 years old. And if we want to discuss the historical changes and development of linguistics, we have to at first go back to Indian Sanskrit language. Panini is called the father of linguistics. Panini wrote his Ashtadhyayi, and this is called the first scientific book on linguistics. During the 6th century BCE, the Indian grammar flourished. We can find 3,959 rules in morphology in Panini's book Ashtadhyayi. And in this book, we find some concept based on religious views related to language. My students, the study of linguistics began in Greece with both Plato and Aristotle. It is Plato who first established semantics. According to Plato, words denote thoughts. So there is a relation between words and thoughts we express. And we can find all these concepts of Plato in his famous dialogue that is called Crataegus dialogue. And Plato established the root of Greek grammar during the 5th century BCE. Then Aristotle, the student of Plato, who also contributed to the origin and development of linguistics. Aristotle is the first man to interpret rhetorics as a part of linguistics. And through Aristotle, the study of linguistics got eminence in Europe. During the 4th century BCE, the Chinese founded their own grammar. In fact, Greek language is called the oldest language. And the linguistics that came first in India in Sanskrit language and then flourished in both Greece and Italy. And the Chinese language is older than Latin language. And during the 4th century BC, the Chinese linguistics got popularity and establishment. If we want to mention Latin grammar, Latin linguistics, then we can mention a man named Priscian. Priscian is called the best known Latin linguist of the earliest time, and he flourished during the 6th century AD. My students, if we want to know about Arabic linguistics, then we have to say that the tradition of Arabic linguistics began in 8th century AD with a famous book named Al-Kitab, written by Sibawa, and the real name of Sibawa is Al-Bishir. Al-Bishir wrote his Al-Kitab like Panini's Ashtadhya, in which we find a flavor of religion. As you know, Al-Bishir is called the first grammarian in Arabic linguistics. Though he was not an Arabian, he was Persian. He was born in Iran, but he is regarded as the first man who distinguished sounds from phonemes. My students, in the Middle Ages, there is a rapid development of linguistics almost all over the world. Modern approach to linguistics began practically during the 18th century. Then, modern linguistics came into existence during the 19th century. Charles Darwin's theory of linguistics is based on the evolution of nature, biology, and according to Charles Darwin, linguistics flourished gradually through evolution. Then, 20th century. In 20th century, linguistics was established as a separate discipline, self-dependent, autonomous, and with the theory of Saussure, Ferdinand de Saussure. He is called the founder of modern linguistics. He explains linguistics within social sciences. It is Chomsky whose contribution to linguistics beggars description. Chomsky is in fact a versatile genius. He is called the father of modern linguistics. my students. Now, let me discuss different branches of linguistics. At first, anthropological linguistics. Now, what is anthropological linguistics? The study of language variation and use in relation to the cultural patterns and beliefs of human race. That is, the anthropological linguistics focuses on the language variation, its use in relation to the cultural patterns, that developed through a long process of change. Then, historical linguistics. Its another name is diachronic linguistics. Now, what is diachronic linguistics? Diachronic linguistics is the study of language over time. That is, it focuses on the changes and development through history. On the other hand, there is another branch that is called structural linguistics or synchronic linguistics. Synchronic linguistics deals with the condition of language at a point in time. By this I mean that synchronic linguistics discusses language of a particular place given in a particular time. Then, sociolinguistics. What is sociolinguistics? It is the study of language and society. That is, there is a relation between language and society. Language is greatly influenced by social and cultural aspects. Again, society is also greatly influenced by language. So, the study of language in relation to society is called sociolinguistics. Then, psycholinguistics. What does psycholinguistics means? It is the study of language and the mind. That is, there is an inseparable link between language and human mind. And that is the concern of psycholinguistics. Then, the theoretical linguistics and applied linguistics. Theoretical linguistics discusses the form, the system, the organization, combination, changes and development of language. On the other hand, applied linguistics discusses language teaching. Here, language is taught through some methods, through some systems. So, applied linguistics deals with basically language teaching. Now, neurolinguistics. What does neurolinguistics mean? By this, we mean the study of language in relation to the activities and control of human brain. Human brain plays an important role in the function, in the activities and control of language. And this branch discusses this relation between language and brain. Now, geographical linguistics. What does geographical linguistics mean? By this, we mean the study of language in relation to regional distribution of language and dialects. So, geographical region is also related more or less to language. Then, computational linguistics. Now, what is computational linguistics? By this we mean the study of language using the techniques and concept of computer science. In fact, it is the invention of computer that plays a vital role in the activities and progression of linguistics. So, computational linguistics deals with the use of language with the help of computer science. Then, theolinguistics. What does theolinguistics mean? Theolinguistics means that branch of language which is based on religious concepts, and this type of linguistics is established by religious figures. Suppose, according to the Bible, Hebrew language is called the first language, and this is Hebrew language in which God addressed Adam. So this type of linguistics is called theolinguistics. Even Panini and Albishir wrote their grammars in connection with theological concepts. There are also some branches of linguistics such as comparative linguistics, contrastive linguistics, and so on. But now I want to focus on the subdisciplines of linguistics or the linguistic levels. What are those major linguistic levels? At first, phonetics. What is phonetics? Phonetics is the scientific study of human speech sounds. Phonetics deals with the production of human speech sounds, its articulation, transmission, reception and perception. Then phonology. What is phonology? Phonology is the scientific study of the system of speech sounds. In fact, phonetics is a universal, common property of linguistics. On the other hand, phonology is an individual property of a particular language. Phone is the smallest unit of phonetics. On the contrary, phoneme is the minimal unit of phonology. That is, phonetics deals with human speech sounds. On the other hand, phonology discusses the systems, the methods that develop in a particular language. There is another linguistic level or subdiscipline, and that is morphology. What is morphology? Morphology is the scientific study of word formation. It discusses how words are generated, how words are made through different rules, word formation rules. So morphology is the grammar of words. Then syntax. What is syntax? Syntax is the scientific study of sentences. It explains the constituents of sentence, the elements and parts of sentence, that is words, phrases and clauses, and how they are organized in a sentence. In a word, syntax is the grammar of sentences. Now, semantics. This is another important linguistic subdiscipline. Semantics is the scientific study of meaning, literal meaning. And there is another subdiscipline, that is pragmatics. What is pragmatics? Pragmatics is the scientific study of meaning in context. The main difference between semantics and pragmatics is that semantics deals with meaning without context, that is literal meaning. On the other hand, pragmatics deals with meaning in context. There is another linguistic level, that is graphology. What is graphology? Graphology is the scientific study of writing system in a particular language. How the system of writing in a language is the main concern of graphology. And lastly, lexicology. What is lexicology? Lexicology is the scientific study of words, its origin, development, and current use. It deals with vocabulary, dictionary. My students, so far I have discussed in brief the origin of linguistics, some definitions of linguistics, its branches, and lastly its levels or subdisciplines. My students, in the next class I want to discuss all these linguistic levels one by one. So, see you next. All the best.